You know what's really crazy is the top 3 industries making the most money right now in the whole wide world are porn, alcohol, drugs. These are the 3 biggest money makers. And the reason for that is, I believe, it's a reflection of society. It's what we want. It's what the people are consuming, where top down we continue to feed the system, right? How wild is it that those are the top 3 industries in the world right now? Social media, technology, that's slowly moving up the ranks as well. War and weaponry has always been a big one. And here's the thing, the reason for this is because you and I are poor self-regulators. We haven't learned how to properly get relief, seek release from the inside out. We depend on too many things externally outside of us to do it for us. We've become disconnected from what is the reptilian brain, which is this ancient, beautiful part of our brain that's responsible for simple tasks like breathing and many other functions that happen automatically. We don't logically think about it. It happens automatically through the reptilian brain. And soothing, self-regulation, self-release, this is part of the function of that part of the brain. And we've disconnected, we've lost our way, we've completely moved to this modern way of life where we're using the frontal part of our brain, which is logic, thinking, problem solving, grasping at things. People are trying to sell us all these messages that we need something outside of us in order to feel better, to feel release, to feel relief. So what I want to talk to you today about is, how do you self-regulate? How do you reconnect with the reptilian brain, the part of us that we've lost, the lost language of self-regulation? That is the key. If as a society we can all learn this valuable skill, which is inherent in every one of us, we all have this, we just need to tap into it, reconnect with it, bring it back online because it's been dormant, we haven't used it. We need to bring it back online, and then we can begin to become a society that regulates from the inside out. We don't need all this stuff outside of us to give us relief, to give us release. All right, it's a crazy thought, and I know many great spiritual leaders have tried, like Buddhist monks, and there's people that have tried. I want to make it super simple. I want to teach you exactly how to self-regulate. It's a practice that you can do for 30 seconds to a few minutes each day, and if you do this, you're going to tap into the power of intrinsic, internal self-regulation, release, relief. And this is how we shift things in the world where drugs, alcohol, and porn aren't the dominant industries. Because if we can stop using those things by learning how to, self-release and find relief and self-regulate, those industries stop making money, and then they shift their focus to something else. Probably meditation or something like that. Now, it's really important to understand that the reptilian brain, a lot of meditation, nothing against it, but it does focus on the frontal modern part of the brain. This is the part of the brain we've all been raised on, especially if you're in the self-improvement industry. We've been trained to think our way out of our problems, right? The key is not to think. And the reptilian brain doesn't understand language. It doesn't understand logic. It just feels. It just does. And we need to reconnect with that. So I'm going to give you a very specific training that you can try, and explains this easy 3-step process on how you can self-regulate and find that internal relief, so you don't depend on anything in the outside world anymore. All right, I'm going to leave the link below. Check it out, and let's start this journey of transformation. Let's change things up in the world a little bit. Let's give children these tools, teach them how to do this, so that our future generations aren't as effed up as ours is. All right, let's do this. Click on the link.